Hey everybody, once again this is your man Charlie, and I'm coming at you with another chicken video. And today I just wanted to go over, which was kind of a continuation from the last video, of what I'm feeding my chickens to keep them happy and be successful throughout the winter time. So I'm going to start right off from what I didn't show you last time, which was the grit, right? Now right here I went with this Mana Pro oyster shell grit, right? Which, once again, it says it right here, great source of calcium. And I went over how great the calcium is for the birds. You know, their bones and the eggshells, and it's just a great supplement for chickens, right? And I got the starter grower here, which is, once again, the chickens are still pullets. So I'm going to continue to feed them this until they start laying their eggs. And then I'll just switch on to a adult feed, which is actually what this is right here. This is the egg layer pellets, but I know they're going to start laying eggs in the future. So I just want to, I just want to feed them as many good things as possible. And once again, the calcium's in there. They got the protein, everything they need to just flourish and be healthy. So this is like what I said last time. This is like the bulk of what they eat throughout the day. Obviously the grit helps them digest, the grower helps them grow, and since they're over 18 weeks old, I started them on the egg layer feed. But what I wanted to start with is what I actually treat them with, and which I'll start with this right here. This is a, obviously it says here, right, a snack cake with sunflower and mealworm, right? Now the awesome thing about sunflower seeds, right guys, if you can see in here, plenty of them. Sunflower seeds are loaded with fat, loaded with carbohydrate, and they're loaded with protein. So they're just an overall good snack for the birds, especially in the winter time, because they are burning probably double the amount of calories right now because it's so cold. And let me see what I'm gonna check and see. Yeah, guys, today it's 21 degrees, and with the wind chill, it feels like 9. So obviously, they're chilly. Even though they're built for the cold, they're still burning a tremendous amount of fuel to keep themselves warm, through the day and the night. So I'm just gonna start with the snack cake. We've been, just gonna break this up. Now I got my 2 bowls here. This is just going to be what I restock their normal feed with, which is going to be the grit, the grower, and the egg pellets. And in this bowl, I'm going to give them some oatmeal and some of this snack cake. Just because I don't even want to second guess myself with the calories. Like, this might be overkill, guys. I'm like I said, I only have 3 birds. But once again, I don't really care because I'd rather be safe than sorry at this point. But otherwise, they're doing phenomenal. And there's one more thing I want to show you guys about my coop that I failed to mention in my first video, which is probably one of the more important things, which is the whole reason I kept mentioning, how important ventilation was, is because you want to keep out the moisture in your coop. Moisture is what is basically a chicken's worst enemy in the winter, because let's say if they're all, like, let's say if you had the coop airtight, right, you blocked off every entrance in which fresh air could get in. Now if they start sweating, right, because they're they're all sitting with each other and they're sharing body heat, and that moisture on their skin freezes, that's going to lead to frostbite. And frostbite, you can read it anywhere, is what kills chickens in the winter. So that's the biggest thing you want to avoid. So that's why ventilation is important, but at the same time, like I said, you don't want them getting blasted with 50 mile an hour winds when it's 20 degrees outside. So let me just keep working on this. Right, this is, I break it up, like maybe some people don't, but I do, just to make it a little easier for the chickens to eat it. Like I said, I want to make it as easy as possible so they're not doing any extra hard work that they have to, because Tonight it's probably going to go down to the single digits, I assume, because it's only 20 degrees out right now. So just have that peace of mind that I want them to be happy. Another chunk here, and that should probably do it. Like I said, guys, the sunflower seeds are a home run with as far as like sustained energy. Very fattening for people, but in this case, very good for chickens. And guys, I got this at Tractor Supply, which is a great store. I'm sure you can find them online too, but I'm so lucky I have one close to me. So I just stop in there every other weekend and I get them all kinds of goodies. And actually, the Healthy Harvest, they sell that at Tractor Supply, but not in this big of a bag. So I actually get that off of Amazon, so I always end up paying a different price for it. But normally it's pretty reasonable. And it lasts a long time just because I only have three chickens. Okay, so that is good. And guys, I'm going to add some Steel Cut Organic Oats. Once again, great source of everything. This is actually like, I get this at Trader Joe's. I even eat this myself. But once again, guys, protein, carbs, but, a less amount of fat, which is good. So I'll just put some of that in there. Mix that up. Okay, so that's going to be their treat. Put that off to the side. Now, with their regular food, I'm going to go right in for the grit. Don't need a ton of it. I'd say that's probably good for what I'm going to add right there. I'll go in for the grower. Mix that in there. And guys, I would recommend mixing all this stuff up, just so that it's not like all the grits on the bottom. Definitely want them to get that grit in, so they can break down all those good nutrients and absorb them. And then last but not least, the pellets. All right, mix all that in there. Try not to get too much on the table. All right, so that is my concoction right there, guys. That's the bulk of their food. And then this, I treat them anywhere from, morning to mid-morning. And I'll give them this too, but I figured I put in a good amount of steel oats here. So it's going to be, I don't want to overdo it. But yeah, okay. So, and one more thing, guys, which I didn't mention at all, which is probably like the coup de grace of keeping your chicken's whole digestive system healthy, is the diatomaceous earth, right? This stuff is phenomenal because it's like down the line, your chickens could develop worms in their stomach, right? And the whole idea behind this is that the diatomaceous earth, it gets into their stomach and it just basically wipes out the worms. Like literally what the diatomaceous earth is composed of goes into the worm and just dissolves them, and it doesn't hurt the chicken. It's actually good for the chicken. So it's like a miracle, right? It's a miracle in a bag. So I'll take a little bit of this, and that's if your chickens have worms, guys. You'll notice if they do, from what I've read and from what I've watched on YouTube, they will have, just mix it in here, they will actually have feces on top of their eggs. So like when they lay their eggs and there's chicken poo on top of the egg, that's how you know your chickens have worms. And the thing is, the worms are eating what your chickens are eating. So you'll notice probably right off the bat that your chickens are a little sluggish. They're lazy, because they're only getting 50% or maybe even less of their nutrition because they're feeding the worms as long as feeding themselves. So that's really the secret, guys, right there. If you want to get rid of your chicken's worms, you just put it in with their food, you mix it up. And, I don't do it too often because I notice my chickens are like running around like crazy. They're they're very active, and like I said, mine aren't even laying yet, so I can't even tell. But just to play it safe, the bag like this normally goes for about 20 bucks, and you know you don't have to add a ton of it, but just enough so that everybody gets a good mouthful or so. And so yeah, okay, so that's basically that. I'm gonna bring this to the birds. You can tell we're in my basement here. All right, let's go say hello to the ladies here. It's up here, and oh yeah, one thing, guys, that's what I was saying before about the coop. Is you just definitely want to let the even though it's cold outside, you want to let the wind in so that it pulls all the moisture out. You can tell I gotta clean their little blanket they sleep on. But and another thing is that look how high I have the bedding, right? Because on the bottom here, it's all just the galvanized chicken wire. So if I had that exposed, or if the bedding wasn't thick enough, they would be losing way too much heat through the bottom. So what I do here is, you can tell I just did the walls with cardboard. Very simple, very cheap, very easy. And they've been doing great. They've been waking up every morning. You know, everything has been fine. Like, they look at me as if like, hey, it wasn't cold at all. Let's see if we can get them to come out here. Yep, here we go. Hey, kiddo. Hey. You coming in? Who's that? Oh, who's that? Who's that? I don't know, guys. Alpha's being kind of shy. There she is. You can tell, guys, they're so curious. They love coming up and saying hello. Oh, here she is. Hey. But yeah, but you can tell, guys. Like, you know your chickens are doing well, because look how poofy they are. Like, look at these feathers. This is what helps me sleep at night, because look at that. They've even got these beautiful feathers on their feet. Like, everything is covered. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, guys, they're just gorgeous birds. And I think I'm going to end it on that. Just to let you know what I feed my chickens, how I did it. Like I said, I'll let them snack on this while we talk. Yeah, you can just tell they go right for it. Oh, there comes Chickadee. And yeah, look at Chickadee, guys. My God. Her feathers, I think, are the thickest of them all. But it's like they have a down comforter under their normal feathers. So it's just unreal. Just shows you what Mother Nature can produce. And on that note, guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope you're doing well with your chickens. And, you know, like I say all the time, if you're thinking about doing it, like I said, guys, I'm not an expert in any way. You know, I'm just kind of learning as I go. And I'm enjoying the heck out of it. And I hope you do too. All right, guys, have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.